Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, TransportTrainSolutions.com on a Tuesday, 11th of November, Veterans Day. Again, happy Veterans Day. And if you have served, thank you for your service. Obviously the bond market's closed, banks are closed, so it's a kind of a thinly traded day. Let's get right into the charts. Couple of notables here. First of all, the Dow, which we rarely talk about, is outperforming today, and very simply because we have a broadening of the rally. We have some other sectors of the market other than the Nvidias of the world and whatever. In fact, we're having rotation today into some of these other areas like healthcare, pharma, and so on and so forth. That's propelling the Dow. And remember, it's a price weighted index. And so that's where you're seeing the Dow up almost 600. If you're wondering what what those stocks are, just real quick here on the stocks that are leading. All you have to do is look at the Dow 30 and look at the highest priced Dow stocks, which are Goldman Sachs. You can see that's up 13. You can see Home Depot, Amgen, we just talked about UNH, healthcare, and so on and so forth. So you can see the rotation here with some of these higher priced. McDonald's is up pretty nicely today as well. So all of these stocks, Honeywell, are moving the index, and therefore, so what's different is you can see the NASDAQ is actually down on the day, still hovering around these levels that we've been talking about. So, and that's due to, all you got to do is look at Nvidia's down, all the AI, all those stocks that rallied yesterday are down today, and all the stocks that dropped yesterday are. So, again, the continuous rotation. We still have these levels on the Dow. The S&P, because again, it's a broader index, uh, is up on the day. Not a lot, but up. I think 6,900 is going to be the next level to look at on the Dow. And with the government shutdown ending and government reopening, we're probably going to get a slew of data coming up here. Other interesting, we'll see if, again, I still think that Bitcoin has to, this is going to be a leading indicator. So in other words, if this is going to lead the index and this could be a one day wonder, but notice how we came right up and we're falling. If Bitcoin falls below 100K, I think the market struggles to go any higher. That includes everything because this has been a barometer of risk on. And 35% of the S&P, by the way, cap weighted index is the S&P. So I don't think the market goes flying here, or there's not going to be any big kind of runaway bull market unless AI catches up. Also, the dollar is getting hit today, even though bond market's closed. That'll be interesting to see if it pauses here and turns up. I think that'll be bullish, but if it can't get going here, I think we're probably going to go back to chop big old ranges here. Gold broke out over the weekend out of this consolidation. Now it's heading up to 41.73. We'll see what it does. If it breaks above that, I think it's probably going to challenge 4,300. We'll see. Similar with silver. Silver obviously also broke out. It's coming into some supply around 51. We'll see if that continues. The oil stocks are doing are actually outperforming today. And we'll see if this means anything. Obviously, they cannot continue to outperform unless oil breaks above 62, which it looks poised to possibly do. Also have a nice run on nat gas. Very choppy, but if it continues to base here and hold above the four, I would say the 420 MBTU level, I think that's also ready for a nice move here in the next few days or weeks. Um, Grain markets, I think there's also going to be that farmer subsidy bill coming up here. For now, there's just kind of chopping around, not much to talk about here. I think if we can get wheat above 560 or pull back to the gap, that could be an opportunity. All the rest of the stocks, Nvidia's just taking a quick look at Nvidia. If it breaks 170, let's call it 179, that will be a breakdown. So right now, basically, it's kind of in no man's land, and we'll see if this is a one-day situation and the rotation continues. So it's a, again, very choppy market, back and forth. Last week we had a huge sell-off. We basically, came back as we know, big time on a lot of these, and a lot of these stocks. You can see the big rebound off of the on the Nasdaq. Similarly, a lot of these stocks like Palantir and so forth bounced hard off their support levels. Palantir, you can see very clear support at 170 and a half. So we'll see if this continues, this rotation back and forth. That's what I suspect is going to happen until we get some clarity on the economy, rate cuts in December and so forth. We do have that seasonality, that backdrop, that possible seasonality going into Thanksgiving. So at least, we can continue to kind of just edge higher. I don't think it's going to be a runaway bull market. So that's where we're at midweek. Liquidity probably comes back tomorrow. Again, subscribe to the newsletter. Give me a thumbs up. I have another class coming up next week, and I'm also working on that live show. It's been longer than I thought, but may have to wait till after the holidays as well. So in any event, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the newsletter. Have a great week. Take care.